Check out this free video and make sure you hit like and subscribe. The Raw show was the go-home show for the, well, it's a Raw go-home show for the Royal Rumble. It's this Saturday, 11 Pacific, 2 Eastern, from Saudi Arabia. And the show was kind of weird. So it opened up with AJ.
This is the weakest promotion I've ever seen for a Royal Rumble show in my life.
It was they had a few years with Vince there near the end that they did a pretty poor job, but this I think takes the cake.
I mean, they promoted so little, and then this preposterous storyline that Finn Balor can't get in.
Oh,
come on, Finn Balor can't get in is so ridiculous. By the way, did you hear about Javon?
He's in.
He declared during the commercial break.
Yes, that's his gimmick. He does everything during a commercial break, so nobody in this country can see it.
Yeah, but anyway, that's
great gimmick.
But yeah, Finn Balor can't get in after being in that great world title match last week. Which I guess, I get it because it played into the storyline of why he interfered in the main event. So that was...
No, hold on a second.
Yeah. That is why he did it.
Let's start at the beginning because there's a whole story here on the show. So first, AJ comes out for a promo, gets a huge reaction. And he's talking about how, yes, it's true. I did say I was going to retire in 2026. But, I have a lot of things I want to do. I have people I want to wrestle all over the world, and I want to... I want to put on great matches for the fans. I want to be the world champion one more time. So out comes CM Punk, and they kind of beat around the bush for a while. But finally, AJ says, you don't think I can beat Gunther? And Punk says, listen, I saw you beat Gunther, but it's a big risk taking this match. If the ref raises Gunther's hand again, you're done. You're out of here. We'll never have our match. And AJ says, well, I know I can beat Gunther. I know I can beat you. And Punk says, well, there it is. I want to give you a shot at the title. And AJ says, well, let's do it tonight. If I beat you, after I beat Gunther, I'll be the #1 contender. And Punk says, hold on, when I won this title, I said I was going to be a fighting champion. So if we're going to do this tonight, it's going to be for the belt. And so that was the announcement for the main event.
Did you notice, because all this stuff is so scripted, that there was a point where Punk pauses, this is early in the promo, and he makes it, it's so obvious where they're going. Or they think that. So Punk was supposed to say some line and pause so the crowd would chant that they want the match. And he sets it up, does it perfectly, pauses, and the crowd doesn't chant anything. And then AJ goes, well, because did you hear what they're saying? And it was like so hilarious because they knew exactly what the crowd would do, didn't do it, the crowd didn't do it, and then they had to go and do the promo based on the idea that the crowd has just been chanting that they want this match.
Well, what's funny is they did chant fight tonight later in the promo. But you never know when the fans... there was that script in 2007. One of those WWE scripts came out, and they would have the 3 asterisks in the parentheses because that meant the fans are going to cheer here.
And they did.
That was their presumption, of course, but you don't know when the fans are going to cheer.
Yeah, you don't know.
At one point in the Punk AJ match, you're having this old school wrestling match, and for reasons I cannot explain, that was the one time on the show the fans decided to chant, "We want tables." I was like, what? Why? What's going on here? So anyway, they announced this match for AJ for the world title, conceivably AJ's last Raw match. It's a good match. Everything's going along great.
I didn't think it was that good. No heat.
It was all right. I thought it was a solid wrestling match.
There was nothing wrong with it.
It wasn't the Nakamura AJ match. I can tell you that much.
Or the Balor match. No, it was, it was, put it this way. There was no heat. It was put together well. Like every Punk match is always going to be put together well. That's what he's really good at. It was put together well. It started to pick up about 15 minutes in. When they're doing it, I'm going they're going about 25, that's what I was thinking. And so at 15, it starts picking up. And I go they're on the way to having a good match. And then Finn Balor runs in.
I think...
And it's over.
Part of it is, with the heat, it's no one on earth thought that AJ was winning the title tonight.
Yeah.
And, I'm sure they... listen, they work hard, but, are you going to kill yourself when Finn Balor's running in for a DQ as a finish on this show?
Well, that's what I was saying. That's why I didn't think the match was anything special. They there's a WWE pattern, but these people weren't, and they were doing that, but the people weren't buying the pattern.
Well, I can tell you this much. Whatever happened with Shinsuke Nakamura, like, after I finished watching this match and I thought this could be AJ's final ever Raw match, I did not think he was retiring this Saturday. He very well may, but goddamn, what a last Raw match this was.
Yeah, no kidding.
So Finn runs in for the DQ.
Yeah, I think Nakamura might be that great farewell match. Well, I mean, he'll have a great match with Gunther, though.
Finn runs in for the DQ, bullshit finish. And, he beats up Punk and lays him out and hits 3 coup de grace. And I swear to God, yes, it makes sense in the storyline they're telling here. But, dude, this is the go-home show for the Royal Rumble. It ended with Finn Balor laying out the world champion. Mm-hmm. Even though he's not on the show, he's not in the Rumble.
Well, they should.
What?
They should. They should. Normally, if I would say normal booking, and they may do this, they haven't announced it, is they add Punk and Finn Balor to the Rumble card and make it a better card. I mean, that's certainly what for a normal situation. The only reason I say they may not do that is because the Rumble's got 4 matches, and those 2 matches are going an hour each, so they really don't need a 5th match. But if you look at that angle on the go-home show, Punk doesn't have another match on this show. Balor's out of the Rumble. Makes perfect sense to do that match.
You could do that match, but why? Especially because the finish for this match was so shitty. Why didn't you do this match earlier in the show? Because in theory, it wasn't an advertised match. In theory, you have a main event.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you do this earlier, and then you could end the show announcing that match for the Royal Rumble?
I cannot disagree with you one bit. The idea, if they do this match and they didn't announce it at the end of the show, look, TNA just did the same thing. I still disagree with that mentality. But like I said, they may not announce it. I don't know. I haven't even asked. But when the show was over, I thought the only thing that makes sense out of this is to add this match to the Rumble. Yeah, they could do it next week on Raw too. They could do that, and. That's, and maybe they will. And, just bring it back. And, I guess Finn would have to lose again. But, or maybe they could do a DQ or something. Judgment Day runs in, Dom comes back. Who knows? Because Dom should be back by now. So, there's a lot of different ways they could go. But, obviously, they are obviously doing a Punk Balor match within the next, month or so, somewhere. It's got to be based on this angle. You're not doing this angle without coming back with a singles match for the title.
Hey, if you love this clip, have I got a deal for you? WrestlingObserver.com. Do you have a commute? Do you work out at the gym? Do you like listening to audio on your headphones or your earbuds or whatever the kids use today? Well, WrestlingObserver.com will give you all the audio you'll ever need in your life. Over 15,000 audio shows. Every audio show that we have ever done, dating back to 2005, is available for subscribers at WrestlingObserver.com. Every time a new show comes out, you can podcast it directly to your phone. If you have a commute, as noted, if you go to the gym, if you like to lift weights and listen to Granny review soap operas, well, WrestlingObserver.com gets you full access to all of these shows and all of these archives. You can go back and listen to TNA reviews from 2010. You can go back and listen to reviews of every WWE pay-per-view, every big story that's ever happened in wrestling. You can get access to that at WrestlingObserver.com. Plus, full access to the Wrestling Observer newsletter every week. 40,000 words of news and information in pro wrestling. Why get all your scoops off Reddit, which aren't even accurate most of the time? Go right to the source, the Wrestling Observer newsletter. You also get Observer archives dating back to 1990. So check it out today. Thousands of issues of the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Tens of thousands of hours of audio. All for $12.99 per month or as low as $9.99 if you sign up for a year. You'll never run out of audio if you subscribe to WrestlingObserver.com. So head up there, check it out today, and I'll talk to you again after a while.